If you were going to put a percentage on this pro day happening on Saturday, what would you put it at right now?
I think the chances are better today, honestly. I yesterday, if you had asked me that, I would have said that, particularly yesterday night, I would have thought that it was more likely to not happen than happen. But after having some conversations this morning, I think Colin Kaepernick wants to stand by his tweet that this is something that, he's been waiting for almost 3 years now, and that regardless of how the NFL wants to structure this and whether or not they want to turn over the list of who will be attending, whether or not it's, a guy like Joe Philbin who's, running the on-field drills, who doesn't really have the background that's necessarily dovetails with what Colin Kaepernick does best. I think he just wants to go out there and put on a show and show that, hey, look, I wasn't kidding when I said I was ready for this. And if you want to do it on short notice and every other thing you want to throw at this, I'm going to go out here and persevere and show teams that I'm serious about actually wanting to play in the NFL.
But also, if it's hastily formed and, hey, we're going to tell the select NFL writers, get ready for something on Tuesday, and then Kaepernick finds out then, why does it feel like it's under this cloak of secrecy or something? Like there's no full transparency. And,
right.
and Kaepernick was just saying, if you're giving me the chance, then give me the real chance. And it comes back to the question that I've been asking all morning long. Does the NFL want Colin Kaepernick to succeed?
I think it's a legitimate question. I mean, the way this entire thing was rolled out, when you talk to NFL teams about it, I had a chance to talk to a couple of guys in personnel, who would be attending this. And I said, did you know this was coming? And they're like, are you kidding me? They're like, no, we pretty much found out, some people in our office found out via the memo, but there were other people who saw it, hit Twitter first before, any of us in the building knew that this was even going to happen. It's everything about this, as you said. I mean, it suggests that the NFL either doesn't want him to succeed or the way this was approached, I think there's an argument that the league thought he could say no, that he could sit there and say, look, there's too many adverse, circumstances surrounding this. You drop it on the last minute. 4 days, the travel, not giving, an idea of who's going to attend this. There's just a litany of things that suggest that the NFL saw this as, and that's what I wrote initially, that the NFL saw this as something where if he says yes, then it takes the question off the books about him never being worked out. He can't say that anymore. If he says no, well, hey, you know what? We gave him a chance and he turned it down. Now we've kind of basically dropped our anchor on this, and we're at least taking off. His best foothold has always been no one's worked me out. We're at least taking that off the table. So, no, I think asking that question is extremely legitimate, and that's why you have NFL players, even a guy like Malcolm Jenkins, who has not always been necessarily on the same page as Colin Kaepernick in terms of the methods of how they've gone about their business, has questioned the legitimacy behind this.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.